Alrighty. Hopefully we are back. If any of you are still out there, give me a big thumbs up. Let me know if you can now hear me. Apparently there was some sort of audio difficulty, as it were. Alright, we'll go ahead and fix that. So, back on the beta account, taking a look at Territory Wars. Hopefully, y'all come back and rejoin me here. So, we're going to kind of ease into it. Alrighty, so this time I'm going to go ahead and start with the details. Let's go over the banners. Each guild will earn banners as follows. Each time you set a defense, 20 banners. Each time you get an offensive victory, 10 banners. And if you conquer, that's completely killing all the defenses in a specific section of the Territory Wars map, 450. And then, you know, an additional 10 plus for each banners per defensive squad fleet that can be deployed in the territory. Now on to bonus abilities. So we got here, whenever any first order ally suffers a debuff or attacks with advantage, they gain 5% critical damage and potency stacking for the rest of the battle. Highly decent considering they constantly attack with advantage. And then on the take every opportunity, resistance have 10% offense for each exposed enemy and gain protection up 15% for 2 turns whenever they damage an exposed enemy, which is pretty much all that resistance does. You know, 10% offense for each exposed enemy, which all they do is expose enemies, and gain protection up for 2 turns whenever they damage an exposed enemy. Same exposed enemy that they caused. Go over the rewards real quick. Rewards are kind of based on your active GP. So the guild that I'm currently in here, which, you know, is only 69, which is unfortunate. We're looking at 1 Zeta mat, some gear here, Territory War prize box, which is said to include possible this gear. So, you know, more territory battles gear that we need to advance to G12 plus. And, you know, some currency, some omegas, purple mats, basics. Oh, that was unfortunate. Alrighty, so we're going to enter. So this is divided up into a 4-day process, and it's supposed to be the 4 days in between territory battles. So pretty much every day of the week you either have a territory battle or you have a territory war. So basically about 3 times a month you get to do this battle, pretty much every 10 days. So the first day is maxing your characters to whatever level you want to have them at when you actually enter them into the territory battles. So what I mean by that is anybody who want to gear up to 80 or level up to 85, gear up to G12, Zeta, add Omegas, whatever. Because once you go into the territory wars, any changes you make on your tunes will actually not reflect in the territory wars. It will reflect in your arena, in your GW, and everything else, but it won't reflect in the territory wars. So that was day 1, which began Tuesday, 10 a.m. Day 2, Wednesday, 10 a.m. was setting your defenses. Each of these 10 sections can hold 20 defenses, a 5-tune team that will not be used on the offense. 20 tunes per section, 10 sections, 200 tunes, 50 members per guild, which roughly breaks down to 4 defenses that each guild member needs to provide to a section to fully max the protection on it. Day 3 is the offense. That began this morning at 10 a.m. As you can see here, these 6 sections are still alive, but the other opposition is taking these 4 sections, while my guild unfortunately has only taken this 1 section here. So let's see if I can help them out. Maybe there's a section that is super close. Let's take a look here. All right, let's see what we can do here. As it carefully points out here, your units do not refresh during this event. So let's go ahead and clear this guy out. Well, that's interesting. Somebody attacked this squad, so... Alright, let's go ahead and run my resistance on them, see how we do here. I used to be a bit anti-resistance individual, but I've come to really appreciate what they can provide to everything, and their just constant exposed turn meter remove. So we're also going to test out what they talked about in the details, the bonus to the resistance, which was, I don't know, but protection up was the most important thing to me. Man, I seem to be getting demolished right off the top. Clearly, I have wasted my resistance team here, because I am absolutely getting creamed. So that was a pretty epic fail while live. So, you know, that's pretty cool and all. Alrighty, let's go back to this team here. Let's put in my standard arena squad here. Alrighty, so just go ahead and stun her. She's the most obnoxious. We'll go ahead and throw stealth on everybody. Oh, Han had the immunity buff on him. Yeah, we'll go ahead and cleanse that. There's no real need. This battle is pretty much over, but alrighty, earn 10 banish from my team. If I'm correct, this team will be able to continue rolling as if it was a GW with the damage that I had previously taken, obviously deducted. So we're just going to go right down the line here. We're just going to... Oh, that's unfortunate if that was the case. Oh, it's a one-shot deal for me. Wow. Alrighty, so I put Han Solo, ST Han down in a lineup down below, so I'm kind of missing a tank here. Who do we got? Ooh, old Ben running Rebel style. Alrighty. The biggest problem is gone now. So start just slicing and dicing through this. Go ahead and take him out. And this battle is pretty much over. I should have run with a weaker team here, but this is all Monday morning quarterbacking. In essence, if every team has to set 4 defenses, every player in the guild has to set 4 defenses, every player in the guild too has to clear at least 4 of their defenses to kind of even it out there. So, without Poe, I suspect this resistance team just is not going to hold up here. So, we're going to run. Alrighty, we'll run the first order over here. First order plus TIE Fighter pilot. Usually I would run with a tank, but with the added bonus that this team has, I'm just going to go as is. Alright, first things first. We need to stop that little shit BB-8. Alrighty. All firepower. And that's the other reason I run TIE Fighter pilot. With all the debuffs that First Order can inflict on you, he's just an added bonus cleaning those up. Later Resistance Trooper. Goodbye Resistance Pilot. And Finn will be gone in about 2 shakes. So that's 3 battles cleared for my guild here. My beta guild, as it were. Very interesting just seeing who everybody put down and everything. Let's pick on this Sith squad. And who can I throw at them? Looked like clones were available, all except Leia. Alrighty, wonder who will run instead of Leia. I mean, I guess I could run Rex. Technically, run an all-clone team. I'm just looking for someone a little more prone to critting there. You know what? We're gonna run Anakin there. I've run him before with clones, and every time he attacks, he inflicts all sorts of debuffs, so that's just a nice little added bonus. It's kind of like when you run clones with R2-D2, every time R2-D2 attacks with the clones, you pretty much get a stun out of the deal, so... Alrighty, well, that took a little wind out of my sail. can at least get Palpatine out, then I'll feel a lot better. Alright. Now concentrate on Nihilus. Wow, there goes all my 212. Not surprising, my clones are not exactly huge. And there goes Nihilus. Alright, well, Fives is pretty much gonna be messed with until he dies, so I'm not gonna even get a shot here. Ever the loyal guild member, I will get my 4th win. And I'm going to get it with those lovable little murder bears that we all call Ewoks. Going right back to that team. Again, have a decent Ewok team, not a great one. I'm a big fan of the Ewoks. I'm working Logray, Poplu, and Wicket when the event ever comes around, which it just did. But Logray is my favorite by far, with all the buffs that he can give the Ewoks and the days that he can inflict on your enemies. He is just officially my number 1 Ewok. Unfortunately, his shipment drops are atrocious, so it is a long run. Alright, go ahead and inflict some days. It's unfortunate because usually right there I use Chirpa and I give up Retribution. That way when, here we go. Logray gives you mad buffs here. And then, I have no doubt this team is pretty much done.